Try taking that so my kids talking. I'm guessing this life how it is. And I can't wait for the weekend.
Yo, what up, crypto fan? Oh, shoot, didn't turn the music on. Y'all ready to have a good-ass time tonight? What up, EOD? Joanna, what up? Danny B, Crypto Rick, what's good? JC, go parabolic. Joanna, Crypto Junkies. Drew, what up, guys? Good to see you. Rickaroo in the house. Crypto Rick, what up? Crypto Mario, what up? Y'all ready to dive into some Docushield? Docusign. Let's check this one out. I feel like I'm in the cool club now. What up, Optimus? Thank you guys. Did anybody not get a anybody that's in levels? Shoot. Anybody that's in levels 2, 3, or 4 that does not have a number yet? When we do our airdrops, everybody's picked numbers except for 57 is open, 59 is open, 61 is open, 65 is my man Joe. Where's Joey? Is Joey in here? He better not be blocked out of the private chat. I hope Joey shows up. Yo, what up, Dane? What up, homie? Let's go, baby. So if you're a level 1, 2, or 3, when we do our airdrops, based off of your level, determines how much you win. So the 190 or the 299, the 499, and the 999 levels. So if you're in the level 1, 2, or 3, and you guys want to participate, let me get that number. Man, I can't see Joe's either. That sucks. I hope Joe's in here. I saw him in the regular. Yo, what up, Mike? JC, what up? Crypto Beach in the house. Yeah, if you just joined, as long as you're level 1, 2, or 3. Yep. True 250 in the house. What up, homie? Number 88. Nah, number 88's not taken. I got, what was the other number? 66. I don't think 66 is open either. Nope, 66 is taken. We got 57, 59, 61, 64, 70, and then up when we get up in like you got like 89 all the way to 98. I'm trying to fill up the first 100 first. And then after that, we'll, Dane's taking 59. Oh, you guys can't see the numbers when I was doing it that way. Whoops. Dane's got 59. Dane McNeil. 77's taken. Michael, 58's taken. Crypto Junkie Sneaking 97. Crypto Beach got 95.
They say pussy run the world, can't let it control you or destroy you, yeah. I love all women, I'm 10 steps ahead when I know what y'all doing. Yeah, he a nice guy, but you won't talk to him unless he got
Santino, nope. We got 61 is still open. 64, 70, and 74. Michael, you already got a number, homie. Didn't you? Nope, maybe you didn't. Michael. Oops. Michael Trainer wants 84. 84 is already taken, buddy. $84 is taken. Nope. 70, 74. Nope. Kadena Cali, 71's taken. These are just the numbers we got right here, guys. Santino is taking 80. What's up, homie? Good to see you, man. Optimus taking 89. Michael Trainer's taking 64. Santino. Santino. You got 80? Yeah, 80s. You're already there. Michael Trainer, you already got your number, homie. Uh, 99. Charles is 99, Arlo. I apologize if one night a couple of the ones that we did at the end didn't save, so I apologize if yeah, Michael, you got a number? Your number, whatever one I gave you there. You're 64, homie. Somebody wanted 61, didn't they? Did anybody want 61? Stephen Victor's, they got 92. And then if you guys could just make sure that you guys got Ergo addresses ready and a TRC20 address from Bybit. Arlo, what else can I get you? 98? You got it. Arlo. Did anybody else I miss? Save all these. Drew. Drew 250. Got you, homie. Got you. Yep. So we got, if anybody didn't get one, I got 61 left. I got 70 and 74. Where did I just put Stefan at? Okay, Stefan's got 92, yep. Waff's got 96.
Really with a city girl, it's that season. She wanna ride this all-wheel drive. You don't gotta put no key in. We on a rise like emoji eyes. You know that they be preying. Stashing the guap, setting up shop. I got a plan, is you ready or not? Puffing this plan, rising my stock, force on my hand. They moving wide, don't gotta scam, don't gotta hop. I turn styles, screw it and chop.
Everybody good? All right, cool.
Keeping it safe, we got it on lock. This is a whole mood.
We'll check back again later if Rickaroo 91.
This is a whole mood like O2. I told Missy to work it. She got that soul full, I'm so full. She get busy for certain. Ain't no vibe like this, they don't rock like this, and you know we don't miss.
All good, sweet. All right, cool. Let's jump into Docushield. Let's take a look at these charts too. I'm long on
Don't catch my drift, tell 'em mind they biz. Don't catch my gist. I'm in a cut with my homies. I'm in a cut with my homies. Show no love to the police. Show no love to the phonies. No love. She wanna come to my homies. She wanna.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Yeah, still in that Bitcoin long from earlier. Up 29% and still down about 1,000 in the KDA long.
She wanna dance, do a TikTok. She making a move, she making it drop. We set the mood, pull up and eat all your food. Ooh, ooh, ooh. How can we lose? Let's keep coming in twos. You do or you don't.
Thank you guys big time for all the support. Let's dive into some Docushield.
Like in our picture, she like our post. They saying we goals, Kobe on goal. Playing the cut, just me and my woes. We getting high to balance the lows. You hear the flows, fuck all these hoes. I need my ducks in a row. Whoa, 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 yeah. Coming up fast, I thought we was moving too slow.
This one, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Stuart Habart has a part in, so this one should be exciting. I don't know how much they got on their site or what we can actually look into, but I'm excited for this one. I don't know if he's in this one or just Marmalade. So I think it's super important. Let's make some PowerPoints on these. So why take a screenshot? So why I always put these into PowerPoints is because it's just so easy to reference, and taking things like screenshots and going, okay, they had 955 followers on Twitter when we research this and what's today's date. And I'm a huge believer in, even when you're researching projects that you end up not buying, I don't think I've ever researched a project and not gained some type of valuable knowledge, right? So even though you might not be getting the most out of it, you might not even want to buy this project, if you research every project that launches that's like Docushield, say there's 3 projects that launch and have similar technology, you're going to learn something from one. And then if you know everything about Docushield and a competitor comes out, you can quickly analyze if that's going to be a smart play to maybe exit Docushield and, enter another position. I don't think you can ever do too much research into projects, except for when you get to a point where it's just a complete dud and it's overwhelmingly obvious. Your time's probably better spent researching projects that are going to deliver. So that's probably where the first place I'd always start is like just taking a look at their Twitter, making sure they're not buying fake followers, because it's really easy to tell. So now let's check out their website and see what we So personally, when I see websites that look like this, it kind of bums me out. There we go. I was like, well, why is it taking so long to load? Okay, now we're in the right track. I was gonna say when you could just see it was white, I'm like, they put white font on a white background. That doesn't make any sense, but this looks good. So Docushield, your life secured. Never lose sight of what matters most. Foolproof documents, vaults for the important and irreplaceable. By Kadena. So let's try to let's see if we can read some more on this. So this is their white paper. Abstract, general questions, Docushield app, account overview. See, this is where this would be so awesome if they publish this in a Medium article. I personally, I would, right? Because then we could just listen to it on audio and it would be so awesome. Let's see if we can jump over to their Medium page really quick. Hopefully they have a Medium. Awesome. So the next thing I really like to look into, especially for these new projects, right? Marketing is so important. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, but mainly like in this industry, I would say it's mandatory to see a YouTube channel and a Twitter, right? If you don't have the team to, run a YouTube channel, how do you have a team to deliver, an exceptional quality product? That's kind of how I'm looking at things. So let's take a look at their YouTube. So hit that subscribe button, show them some love. Again, gonna do the same thing. Gonna take a screenshot of this, but what I'm really after is their videos. Okay, so they just have one video. And this video was updated 8 days ago. Great, man. So I'm already excited just seeing just the two things, right? Like I'm already digging it. Doesn't mean it's the end of the world, but these things are so simple to me, and it's so easy to start a YouTube channel and put out one video, especially if you're not trying to grow, like run a YouTube channel. If you're just trying to educate your community, which I think is probably critically one of the most important parts. Again, just gonna put the date on here so we can actually track, like, okay, did they just start a YouTube channel just to add one video, or are they actually gonna manage and run their YouTube channel? Time shall tell. That's what a really good thing is here. We're watching the beginning of an ecosystem evolve, and we're really having the opportunity to not make any dumb money decisions, right? We don't have to rush into anything. There's gonna be 100,000 projects building on Kadena, so if they don't blow our mind, or if they don't blow my mind, I'm just gonna step on the sidelines, and the idea is that we wanna see all of them win. We want every pre-sale to sell out, every IDO, because every time somebody's going to be buying some Docushield, they're going to need Kadena to do it. And that's probably, let's pray that Kadena team really sees that and they really try to drive that price home. Like F taking Polkadot, right? F taking Polkadot or Ethereum for any pre-sales. Strictly Kadena. I don't know why they're giving that option, but maybe it's something with regulations. Let's just hope people aren't, like, if anybody wants to ape into any of these projects, if given the opportunity, right? Sell your Polkadot for Kadena and then buy into it. Like, even if you got Ethereum in your wallet, sacrifice the $10 Ethereum fee, right? Buy Kadena, because that grows your bags, right? Yep, unless I can find a use case for the token, I'm not buying blues. You're getting so smart, man. I'm so proud of you guys. I really am, man. It's so cool watching everybody grow and, like, yeah, sure, we're not going to hit the Shibas, right? Maybe we will. You never know. We might hit a few Shibas with the Kongs and some of these other NFTs that we get into. So let's take a look at this YouTube video first.
For everything irreplaceable, we're happy to say we now have a place. No matter where you've been, what's been thrown at you, or how far out you drift, we'll keep what's important right here. Where only you can get no memberships, no monthly fees, no stress. Get anonymous, secured, and decentralized storage with military-grade encryption and one-to-one access immutability that only the blockchain can provide. Secured by Docushield, running on Flux, only on Kadena.
All right, so we have a simple little intro, right?
Elon Musk, great to see you. How are you?
I personally would be, if this was my project, you got to deliver more than that, man.
For everything irreplaceable, we're happy to say we now have a place. No matter.
Maybe it's just that they're very new, but you got a YouTube channel, and that's the only message that you're giving to your clientele base.
For everything irreplaceable, we're happy to say we now have a place. No matter where you've been, what's been thrown at you, or how far out you drift, we'll keep what's important right here. Where only you can get no memberships, no monthly fees, no stress. Get anonymous, secured, and decentralized storage with military-grade encryption and one-to-one access immutability that only the blockchain can provide. Secured by Docushield, running on Flux, only on Kadena.
What got me excited there, guys? Who can tell me what I was just most excited about that? Joanna, so you could save your seed phrase there for sure. No place better to hide your private keys than on a blockchain, on a public blockchain. Oh shoot, DocuSign, Docushield. Haha. Nice catch, homie, nice catch. Am I spelling that right? Docu. Yep. Decentralized by Flux is huge. Yep. That was one. But that doesn't make me think that this project's going to have a use case. Yeah, I shut off the music when I was listening to that. What else? Yo, Enzo, what up, homie? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Appreciate that, Enzo. But we private right now. I hope everybody subscribed that's in here. But I appreciate if you guys would like and comment. Thanks, Enzo. Good to see you, homie. Good to see you. Right here, boys and girls, right here. What are two projects that just melted faces that have insane high market caps? 8x higher than Kadena's market cap has ever got. What two projects? And what are their flaws? Why is Docushield going to be superior? Heck yeah, Santino. There you go, Danny B. It's essentially AR Weaver on Kadena, baby. Or Filecoin. So you're talking about two assets that had mind-blowing market fits. Like, you can't function without those. You have to have a decentralized storage network. And now you're talking about one that's actually going to be built on a blockchain that could infinitely scale. Where Filecoin, I believe, has its own chain now. I don't know, were they launched on Ethereum? Are they ERC20? They're on Kronos, BSC, and Ho Chain. Ho Smart Chain. Ho Chain. Like ho, H-O-O. Oh, who, ho, how, ho. Filecoin. You guys see my screen? Market fit. Use case, hell of a use case, Blue. Talk about a use case. Not just, oh man, this one might be a banger, guys. $12 billion market cap. Whoa ho ho. $12 billion market cap. So if I'm would take a guess here, a stab in the dark, I would say AR Weave built-in Rust, Filecoin built-in Solidity. You're talking about storing some very, very important data. That's critically important. We know all the issues with them retrieving data from Filecoin. And what's different about AR Weaver and Filecoin? Kadena has the ability to actually store things on chain. Where I don't fully understand how your metadata is stored with NFTs and Filecoin and how that all works, but if I was somebody that was going to be interviewing DocuSign, I would like to understand how DocuSign A is different from, IPFS, here it is. Interplanetary File System is a protocol peer-to-peer network for storing and sharing data in distributed file systems. IPFS uses content addressing the uniquely IPFS uses content addressing to uniquely identify each file in a global namespace connecting all computing devices. Kuro is Kadena's high-performance permission blockchain based upon the scalable BFT consensus algorithm by Will Martino. Kuro also features counterparty confidentiality leveraging the noise protocol and runs the Pax smart contract language. Flux provides the critical high availability infrastructure for the new internet. Projects and development teams are forced to rely on Flux blockchain to utilize Flux OS, so they have access to necessary infrastructure while maintaining all unique properties of their own chains. Flux makes up one important piece of a well-balanced distributed computing portfolio focused on next generation of the internet. Kadena.io, Kadena's public blockchain chain web, is the only sharded, and I don't like when they use the word sharded, man. The only braided and scalable layer 1 proof of work network in production today. It utilizes proof of work consensus mechanism that improves throughput and scalability while maintaining the security and integrity found in Bitcoin. To achieve this breakthrough in scalability, Kadena braids together multiple Bitcoin-like chains. Now if we swing over to their Medium, there we go. This is what we wanted to see, baby. So let's start at the beginning. Hello, world.
Hello, world ! We're Docushield. Hey guys, we're Docushield, early adopters of blockchain and Web3, lovers of decentralized data and currencies, but at the same time axis on business ethics and transparency. We're here to build the future of security with certainty and protectors of the Constitution's right to privacy. Side note. Our goal is to engage with and introduce our global mainstream audience to the true powers of blockchain technology by offering a product that offers ease of usability with a need for everyday utility. Our no-cost to low-cost pay-as-you-go business model will not be reliant on user subscriptions for access to services, but one-time transactional usage fees. The Docushield app is designed as a mobile-first, web-accessible crypto wallet built on the Kadena blockchain. However, our users don't need to know what a crypto wallet is, what Kadena or even a blockchain is. Although we will have a major focus on education through our ongoing marketing initiatives to existing users. All they need to know is that we are here for one reason: to keep their most valuable and sensitive information, private and safe under any and all circumstances, that their documents and data will never be lost or erased, but find a permanent home forever secured on the blockchain. Adoption of our solution will come by initiating mass marketing campaigns and focus on their growing need for document privacy, security and accessibility in a world full of mediocre solutions with unparalleled technology with little to no concern for their personal privacy. Our first marketing initiatives will focus on everyday personal use and small business solutions. In the long term, we have our eyes set on providing an enterprise package or custom build for larger institutions with data compliance standard requirements or technical integration with pre-existing networks. Tech stack, Kadena, Kuro, Pact. But why? We are committed to achieving the standard of excellence and have set internally for ourselves. No false promises, no gimmicks. Our team has all been around long enough to know that the only way to succeed in business is by doing good business. The only identifiable solution that could help us deliver this promise of security, scalability, privacy and affordable, easy-to-use accessibility is found on the Kadena chain web. Their white paper explains things with a technical expertise I could not even attempt to replicate, so it's best to read it straight from the source if your interest has been piqued. To summarize, their chain web protocol is a public proof of work protocol that expands on the initial Bitcoin designed by validating transactions from previous blocks not only on its own chain, but also two existing peer chains, braided together in an ever-growing chain reference structure called fixed graph theory that provides transactional certainty without having to interact with every single peer, achieving over 480k transactions per second. Kadena also offers extensive data storage capabilities by use of sharding, which breaks data down into small manageable pieces stored across chains in various locations, allowing for expandability unmatched by any other blockchain. Kuro is a Layer 2 private chain solution that we will utilize to ensure that no outsider can gain access to our transaction ledger or smart contract data to try and exploit any possible vulnerabilities. Smart contract token NFT minting and internal network transactions will take place on Kuro. The Kuro private chain also allows us to avoid any possible chain congestion in the future, which is not a relevant concern at the moment but may be possible once at the point of global adoption. Pact is the programming language that is the foundation of all Kadena and Kuro contracts that offers built-in security measures such as formal verification of user code, error messages, contract upgradability, multi-signature, and support for outside chain and data source interoperability. Not to mention the built-in ability to upgrade contracts after they have launched to fix any potential threats that may have not even existed when it was first written. Security with certainty. We've designed our security network structure to be impenetrable and allow complete privacy by implementing military-grade, multi-layered encryption and unique user identification and verification methods not found on any other application or chain. We combine the power and security of private servers, private chains, encrypted nodes and APIs, fragmented data, secured transfer layers, and one-of-a-kind single-user token access. Phew. Almost lost my breath reading that out loud. We keep your data more secure than anyone, without sacrificing transaction and data retrieval speed. All hosted on decentralized data storage solutions, there really is no stone left unturned.
Wow.
We've been told our methods are excessive or overkill, but we'll take that as a compliment. Our upcoming white paper release will go into much further details, but the workflow diagram above shows a small peek at our data upload and NFT minting process. What's next? We got a busy year ahead of us. We'll be making our 2022 roadmap public in our white paper, but the new few weeks we'll be doing the following. Onboarding our community leads for our Discord and Telegram. Business verification. Grant application with Kadena Eco. White paper launch with website update. Launchpad Edo. MVP beta build. Adding community mods and launching all access utility NFT giveaway. Today we'll launch our sign-up form to accept applications for community mods as well as our early bird whitelist application for our Edo. In a week we'll take all submissions and raffle off a utility NFT for our alpha supporters. This is something that we'll only give away once. A no-fee, all-access, lifetime pass/NFT. That's right. As our thanks to you for supporting us from the start, you'll never pay a cent to use Docushield or any of its features. Single user, single account. We're minting 5 and only 5 of these, and now's your chance to claim one. 25 whitelist spots available. All entries must be unique or will be disqualified. Sign up for our community mod position here. Register for the NFT giveaway here. Thank you all for your continued love. We're looking forward to building, connecting and working with y'all. See you on the chain. The Docushield team. Side note from intro, my name is Adrian Marquez, founder of Docushield, with a history of work in marketing, tech, web development, startups and our local community. I have the luxury of living in beautiful Santa Ana, Southern California with my finance, son and cat. However, this post isn't about me. I just can't keep talking about the value of transparency without disclosing my own identity. Now,
Let's go. Crypto Rick in the building, baby. Dude, I'm so bullish. Holy cow. Here we go. Let's take a look at their tokenomics. Now we get into good stuff. Fingers crossed they don't have a 1% coins out in circulation.
Tokenomics, nodes, staking, rewards, and more good stuff. Hey everybody out there in Kadena land. We let the Twitter polls decide what our next article would be about, and it was a close call. In 24 hours we got 63 votes. 54% of the people wanted to read about, you guessed it, nodes, staking, tokenomics, and rewards. So we'll start from the top in a Q&A format. How many tokens will be minted? We'll have a max supply of $1 billion DOC tokens.
All right. We know we got a 1 billion max.
DOC tokens. All minted on Kadena. What will the circulating supply start at? 500 million. 500 million of the total supply will be released at our token launch. However, as you'll find out soon, a lot of these tokens will be locked up for staking/node operations from the start.
So we got a 500 million circulating supply.
Alright, how about the rest of the tokens? The remaining 500 million will be scheduled to release at a rate of 50 million per year for the next 10 years. At that point there will be no more tokens added to the ecosystem.
All right, so we're going to start out with 500 million tokens. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So 50 million. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 50 million divided by 500. So a 10% inflation rate. So they got a 10% inflation rate for the first 10 years, and they'll have released 100% of coins out in circulation. So today is, so when they launch in, say, June 1st of 2020, 22 to June 1st, 2032. Boom. All right, now we got a lot of good information already. We're in good shape.
So, at the token launch, how does the token distribution model look? Well, I'm glad you asked. Here's the breakdown. $100 million DOC tokens will be sold during the first round of fundraising through one of our Kadena Launchpad partners. These tokens will then be staked with a third-party DEX partner to hold on to until we launch the token. These tokens will be receiving a yet-to-be-determined APR for their staking during this lock-up period. Of those 100 million, none will be provided to the Docushield team. $100 million DOC tokens will be sold during the second round of fundraising through one of our Kadena Launchpad partners, at a bit higher of a rate than the first round and with none of the staking upside, so be on the lookout for our announcements. Of those 100 million, none will be provided to the Docushield team. $150 million DOC tokens will be released when our token hits the exchanges. They will be divided up between our exchange partners and locked away to provide liquidity for the exchanges and stability for the $DOC token. We will also be pairing this with 20% of the KDA we were allocated in each round of fundraising. So if we raised 1 million KDA total between both rounds, 200,000 KDA would be paired up with the $150 million DOC and divided between our exchange partners to provide liquidity and stability. Ain't that something? $50 million DOC will be distributed to our partners within the ecosystem to stake and operate nodes. This will help kickstart our decentralized node program to partners who we know will not just go and dump those on the exchanges the first chance they get. Our platform requires a lot of reliable community participation to operate at an optimal level, so it is important to us that we get this program rolling the right way. All of these 50 million tokens will be locked in a multi-sig contract for a yet to be determined amount of time to remain staked for node ops, while slowly unlocking in a tiered vesting period agreement. This is to protect the stability of the token price while at the same time rewarding our partners with the APR set. $50 million DOC tokens will be held by Docushield in a public wallet and be utilized for online/in-app and peer-to-peer sales, strictly for direct sales that are solely for the purpose of the utilization of the software. For example, your grandma wants to secure her birth certificate on Docushield because it's a 100-year-old piece of paper that's about to turn to dust. However, she has no idea how to go onto an exchange and purchase $DOC to pay the security fee, so using one of our partnered fiat on-ramps, Gram can pull out her bank card and purchase this directly from within the app on her phone.
Gosh.
We want to be able to provide as few barriers as possible between the mainstream non-crypto end user and the platform. $25 million DOC tokens will be stored away in our reserves vault and locked under a multi-sig wallet until publicly declared statements are released with a plan for distribution. Of those on the multi-sig, at least half will not be a member of the Docushield team, but trusted ecosystem partners. And finally, $25 million DOC will be held in a public wallet and used for community engagement projects, such as bug bounties, grants, airdrops and whatever other cool opportunities come up within our little ecosystem to help support those around us while at the same time drive interest and engagement in the platform. All Tokesh minted will have a direct path for utilization to help ensure the long-term stability of the token. The last thing we want is extreme volatility when trying to attract a global market with a security solution. Wallet balances of each of these allocations will be separated and made public on a dashboard with multiple iframes or graphical representations of data collected with our API to show the current balance and previous transactions. As a security solution, trust is our #1 priority, and the only way to earn that trust is through transparency and hard work. And we look forward to providing both. We'll provide the same details and transparency for the allocation of seed money raised in our launch, but we'll get to that topic in a later post. Okay, cool. Now, how can we get in on the action? You in the community will have a couple ways to participate in our little ecosystem. Object operators or O-node operators, we will be running a total of 3 separate and private IPFS networks with 2 levels of contribution. One is a transaction validator which will require less resources and another as a storage facilitator. APR is yet to be determined. Privacy operator or P-node operator, these positions will be for participants who undergo a vetting process and become approved to run clusters that contribute to the validation of transactions that take place on Kuro, our Layer 2 Kadena compatible solution. APR and vetting process is yet to be set to a level where we feel confident enough to communicate it to the public. Staking, Docushield will also offer the community options within our platform. More details to come as we solidify the details. Most of the APRs will be driven by market demand, so we won't jump into any numbers too soon. This is more to lay out the game plan. We can focus on the exact numbers the closer we get to our public launch. We hope you enjoyed this read and as always, we welcome any feedback. Good or bad, it don't matter, give us both. We want to know your thoughts and ideas, because it may be the missing link we were looking for to help take us to the next level. We can't wait to share the finer details of our security protocol with you later this week. Stay tuned. P.S. We're also launching an email service that we're hosting from our private servers. We're taking a box solution and completely beefing it up with some cool additions and added security. You can have your own webmail account with your name at kadena.community to show your support. We'll be using the funds raised to help raise more marketing capital for Docushield.
Oh, so smart.
Every little bit helps when you're trying to compete with the big boys.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Starting beta testing this week and should have accounts available by the weekend. Visit our Twitter for updates http://twitter.com/Docushield.
This is one of them, guys. This is the ones that you cherry pick. Gosh damn, I hope they don't do KYC. Damn, we're going to get so shitted on if they're KYCing on every one of these. We could retire, right? Like 100% retire for the rest of our lives if we didn't have to KYC. What a crock of shit, man. The best hope would be if they force us to KYC, that they do this IDO.
Security.
That they do the IDO right now when Kadena's $5. I don't even know how to say it, man. It sucks. Whoever's in the members in here that doesn't live in the United States, you guys are going to frickin' dominate.
Security
man.
at its securest. Let's face it. By now, Most of us have seen the rug pulls, the missing liquidity, the hacks. Initially, one of the reasons we were so drawn to Kadena was the built-in resistance to the crooks who always find their way to the surface. The first thing we noticed is the POW, proof of work, format that everyone has seemed to abandon. Community and devs alike. But the only way to have real, decentralization and transactional certainty is in the POW format. Next we discovered the scalability, which is amazing, but even more than that, we noticed the language, Pact. Although in its infancy when compared to other chains who boast countless projects and developers, Pact was already setting the stage for what's to come. They did this by learning from other people's mistakes and looking to solve problems before they even came, and we noticed that when we saw that there was a built-in versatile multi-sig option right from the jump. When you combine that with the ability to update smart contracts, we knew this was a game changer. A layer 1 solution with built-in governance, multi-sig, and the ability to use that governance to solve a problem in the future that at the time you didn't even know existed updates. That is powerful stuff right there. I like to think that we are taking that same approach to our security protocol. Using the power of foresight to not fall into a hole that we somehow knew was coming all along. Some may say our methods are overkill, but we think that suits us just right. With that being said, let's take a look at the workflow. Just to get this out of the way right from the start. Yes, we are technically building a wallet. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but we don't see it as a wallet. We see it as a solution to a huge problem, not just in Web3, but in every single person's life at some point or another. That problem, something important, something irreplaceable, suddenly goes missing. Since this is a problem everyone faces, we wanted to make sure that the solution was just as easy to come across. We wanted to create a solution that was easy to understand for anyone who didn't know what a Web3 wallet is, or secret keys are, or even what crypto is. Which, to be honest, is still over 90% of the general population. We'll be starting at the top of the workflow, a cell phone icon with a lock that has 2 FA to the left of it and a cryptographic key to the right. This represents the 2 options for registration we present to users. The first is our typical Web2 solution. Auth0, authentication by way of a mediator such as Google, FB, Twitter, etc., and a second form or proof, such as a text message confirmation, PIN number, or biometric fingerprint. This is great, but for some the whole appeal of Web3 was the option of anonymity. Which is why we also offer the option to set your account in the traditional wallet sense. Write down your seed phrase or else you're screwed. Once the user has made the decision of what setup they want, that's typically where most applications stop, but we're just getting started. Next, a document is selected or a picture is taken and uploaded to the application. We have some really cool open source OCR code we found to make this process as easy as possible with the highest quality and legibility. As soon as the uploaded item hits the device, a command is triggered to run the ICE 256 encryption, which has been the military standard and unhackable for over 20 years. The document is now encrypted and a key file is generated. Possession of this key is the only way that you will ever see the contents of the file. So of course, we decided to put these 2 things as far away from each other as we could. All transactions, communications and data transfers will take place utilizing transport layer security as well as a GNU privacy guard. We send them both to 2 separate, private IPFS networks, where they, depending on size, are fragmented and locked away. These private networks are run by our global community, incentivized and decentralized. You can see more in our article on tokenomics. Once received, the server broadcasts the public key of the original wallet to the node in the next connected step. At the same time, on the other end of the screen we can see the file information that contains things such as generating wallet's public key, the document title, and last known location on the device are cryptographically transported to a third IPFS network. This action is then broadcast, along with the user's public key, to an event emitter on the outside node with that information. That's when our smart contracts come into play. As the event emission passes, the first smart contract is listening for a new public wallet address. Once found, a contract is triggered to pass that information to the other connected node, which is the middleman between the smart contract and the IPFS servers. Data access levels are set to only release SIDs to requests that contain the same matching public key value. Now the SIDs collected and the rest of the data is en route to a separate contract that mints our NFT. The minting process compiles and encrypts that SID and other corresponding information into the NFT's metadata. And finally, access to the decryption can only be achieved when the generating wallet's public address and secret key are a match. Which will only ever happen when that NFT is inside of the original document owner's wallet. The SID for the original document and key file are then revealed and a request for access is sent for those files with matching SIDs. Access is granted and the 2 files can finally get pulled back down to the original user's wallet. All of this is to take place on Kuro, Kadena's private blockchain solution. We will be using the public chain for payments and swaps. Boom. That's about as secure as document security gets. That doesn't mean that's the end. We'll be integrating new features and implementing new solutions as often as necessary to always stay ahead of the curve. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, send us a message or tweet. We'll always be open to kudos.
You don't build something like this. We got to dive into their team now. You don't build something like that's on this level. Holy shnikes. Oh, they're anonymous? They're anonymous, huh? Oh, shit. I could have swore he told us who he was. Oh, that's such a bummer. Oh man, that's a bummer. Oh man, that would be so sweet if we could dive into their team. Johnny Drama's in timeout. For what? This is huge, guys. This is going to be a really big banger. This is so good. So, what were some downfalls? What did you guys hear in there? What did you guys like? What did you guys not like? Thanks, Rickaroo. If we roll it, we're going to do closest two, so somebody's going to win tonight. What up, Hugo? What up, Dane? Flying high. What up, homie? Yeah, that would be the best way to do it. Would we have a friend that you actually trust, like a, you know, like a childhood friend that you know, because if he's not getting into it with you, right? You're gonna give him $500, and by the time he gives it back to you, it's probably gonna be, you know, a few thousand. Yeah, I thought so, Blue. I didn't know if that was his name. What do you say is the creator of it? Okay, so cool. So obviously they have a docs team. Why they don't have that on their site is really disappointing to me. But you know, they're just getting started, so I'm sure they'll add it, because we could really dive deep if we had team members, a whole team. The one founder is cool. I'll just wait for them to get their entire team on here. Been in timeout twice? For what? Oh, by accident? Yeah, somebody put you in timeout. Kadena, California, what up, homie? So what did you guys catch in there that might have been, you know, a little concerning? I wouldn't trust anybody in the chat. No offense, guys, but I would not be finding a friend in the squad here to do it. I would be making sure that it's somebody that you're actually friends with, that you know, that, you know. Because you never know, you might give it to somebody and then by the time that they unlock those tokens or you can get it somehow, I don't know how these pre-sale things work. You don't see a use case, Blue? Ah, Chantel, yes I can. Chantel, you got number... I like 70. Yep. So what secures a network? There you go, Drew. Drew was on the right track there. Caught something in there about validators, right? And validators being private, but decentralized. So if anybody can't go set up a validator, like if they don't make it, 1,000 doc and anybody can set up a validator, if they're handpicking the people that are running the validators, I don't know how decentralized that is. So we will send them both to two separate private IPFS networks where they, depending on the size and fragment and locked away, these private networks are run by our global community, incentivized and decentralized. So we have to look into see, all these things claim they're decentralized, but if you really break it down, yeah, so I'm curious to see how these nodes are set up. That was the only thing that caught my attention is private nodes. But do I think that really matters? Do I think anybody's actually going to look into that? Hell no. They're doing, I assume all your NFT data for NFTs on Ethereum is going to be stored on their private network. That's what it's sounding like. Like if they're playing a part in the Kadena NFTs, oh my gosh. Wow, that's so cool. So freaking cool. This one's gonna be a banger. That's sick, guys.
I'm trying to touch the states this time. 2021. You gotta show him I can still rap though.
Did you, Dan? How'd you like it, man? Yeah, they said that these ones are gonna be cherry picking nodes, is what it seems like. But is anybody gonna really care about that? Hell no. I couldn't tell you what Filecoin or Arweave, how their validators run, and I own both of those, so I don't think anybody's going to either bother to dig into it. Their tokenomics are freaking fire. Their lockup periods, that would be the next thing, would be determining what they're going to launch at. So we have an idea of what their tokens are going to sell at and how many coins are actually going to quote unquote be out in circulation when they first launch. So we're just gonna have to see how this ecosystem plays out. I would say that if, you know,
Money in the carry on them boy planes. Money in the carry on them boy planes. Now I got a buck for all those rainy days. Ain't have a day off in like 80 days. I got hustles in like 80 ways. Kids if you won't take a lazy day. Wifey on me told me take a break. I keep going to the paper straight. Then it's trips out to Montego Bay. If I take the job, bet I get it done. I said it before, I'm a 101. I just caught some ones, only wearing ones. Fornicate the funds, money made me come. Diamonds on your neck, bet they on your neck. You want that watch, you better rock it tech. You want the chain, you better cop a vest. You want the check, but can you make it stretch?
That's all I needed to know. Right there, right? So if the product launches and it has a market cap around 5 million, it's a holy grail. It really is. I would probably allocate, you know, at least 1% of a $100,000 portfolio. Honestly, I might end up, you know, I might donate 2% of my portfolio at that point. 0.5%. 0.1%, 0%. I have no desire to get into any product that launches with a $250 million market cap. Even though I think it's going to go up and do another 10x at that point, if they launch with a $250 million market cap, in my opinion, if the price of Kadena is still around under $10 or $15, I still say that Kadena would just be, you'd just be better off buying Kadena. Especially when you're talking about if you're making, you know, 20% APY on Kadena, you know, is it better to risk it with something like, you know, Doc, or am I better off just, you know, staking or doing something to somehow earn Doc for passive income? Yep, Stewie. So this is probably my favorite. I like. You know, like gaming's cool, but I'm not good in, you know, I don't know shit about gaming. These I see a perfect market fit. I see a massive use case for it. I see a demand for it. I see a mandatory need for it. More than a market fit, it's like it's something you have to have in this industry. Like we definitely have IPFS and AR Weaver, but I would assume that most projects that want to utilize a storage system are going to want to use the storage system that's actually built on Kadena versus bridging out and going and storing it on something like IPFS and then having to figure out how to get that information back into the Kadena ecosystem. This seems like the way to go. And if Kadena wins, you have to have a storage network on Kadena. So I would say that major first mover advantage. If they do it right, I don't think they'll have any competition. So you're talking about a marketplace, huge marketplace. So all government documents can be stored because it's so secure. So you have a probability or a chance that you might end up with a client like the US Gov, right? Or the CIA might be storing private personal information on there, you know? You'd never really know, but I would say government documents, there's a probability that that actually might become a thing. We're at a point where in the industry where we need it. They're gonna be a P2P, so like a personal docs, right? Like he said about his grandma, if she wanted to store a birth certificate or anything that, you know, antiques or anything with real value. Then we're talking about NFTs playing a role in it. You're going to have public and private companies wanting to utilize it. What else am I missing on there, guys? Who's been in the squad long enough to know how I make my vortex effects? Yeah, son. Man, this ecosystem is going to be so freaking baller, man. So freaking baller. Kadena, California, what up, homie? Someone is swatting in the chat. What are you talking about? Anytime you use anything, anytime you want to do anything on the network, you got to pay for it, Blue. You want to use a document, you got to have Doc to do it. You want to do an NFT? Maybe you need Doc for the NFT, I'm not sure. But your grandma wants to put her birth certificate on here, she has to use Doc. She can pay with fiat, but there's already going to be a preset pool of Doc that when somebody pays in fiat, it's going to automatically purchase Doc and pay for the transaction in Doc. It's just going to happen behind the scenes. But yeah, that's definitely a good point, Blue. Very good point. We need to see what that utilization is going to look like. And we could probably do that by tracking. Yeah, so there's going to be a pool of 50 million Doc, just like Render Token does. So you have a pool of 50 million Doc on the sidelines. And then when somebody pays, they take the payment in fiat and then they go buy Doc, and it all happens behind the scenes. So you can just pay with fiat, but it's still going to be utilizing the Doc. That's why there's that 50 million Doc pool there. Drew Duran is in timeout? How? Who put him in timeout? Let me make sure I got all member access on here. What member is he? My mom tell me it never ends. Like clocks, we evolve in a circle. Every 12 months we do it again. Wake up, get up, stretch my legs. Yeah, it's all channel members, so. It's set to all channel members, so anybody that's a member should have access to it. That's true, Blue. Those dot coins are already paid for. Good point. Good point. Let's write this shit down. Yeah, they definitely need to have some type of payment projections on how many, because you could go through, they could go through IPFS, they could go through Filecoin, and they could go through ARweave, and they can estimate how many people are, you know, using their services and what they're using it for. I'm sure there's a way to track that. So it would be nice to get some projected use case for sure. And some factual data to back it up, you know, not just a hypothetical hopium type of guess. Like, let's see some whatever. But this is one of the ones where, you know, if it launches, like you guys heard me say it many times, right? Like, some projects you launch and you get into because they're hodl forever. Some you ape into because they're going to be sexy as fuck, and 95% of this industry is not going to do the research we're doing, and they're going to FOMO in. And they'll FOMO in when we dump, you know, we take our profits. Yeah, baby, Biddy Long, killing it. 47%, let's go. Ah, Drew, we see you, homie. We see you, man. Cash flow, yeah, homie. As long as you're level 1, 2, or 3, yes, sir. If you're a level 0, no. Yeah, so their back end is stood up on Flux. Flux provides just the infrastructure. Like, if you wanted to stand up your website, you Dockerize your application. Means you basically put it inside a box, and then it plugs into the Flux OS. And then your website's actually hosted, like your infrastructure is hosted there. They're using IPFS for their storage, if I'm not mistaken.